After you said Banga was casually was rolling through when they say senior senator was enjoying himself in a bigger hotel in Nigeria. Yes, sir. When they staged the war and they left it, they went and started enjoying themselves. We were here trying to stand in front of the enemy for Nima to survive. People are crazy, yo. If you can get a doctor Dolo in a school of time, your case is Johnson 18 years from now, more what I thought. Go there, do that fought for you for 14 years. Your clean baby small too now.
Was probably around between 85 to 110 million net reserves. That's what. So 100 million or there. Or 85 million. Yes. So that's so you're talking. So the truth is, yes, you did not meet an empty reserve. You met at least something between 85 to 110 reserve, and there will be the country. I think the high level, the right country reserve would be because of issue. So that we have moved the reserve down from that money to around 400, 500, 600 million. As we speak now. So currently. Okay. So we got nearly 4 months of inputs. So we reversed that. President reversed that situation already. When you're talking about the consolidated salary, so listen, in the consolidated account, this is a good opportunity to tell people how government works. So every day, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million goes into the consolidated account. So the consolidated account is that account that starts with 500 million.
And Joshua must receive this warning from the people yesterday. It's a warning that will tie with you. And Joshua must receive this warning from the people yesterday. It's a warning that will tie with you. Will tie with you. Don't force yourself on, we'll vote you out. Sedisha say, we will take it, but we'll take it. We will take it. We defy them to take it. We defy them. In fact, another bill coming out with Sultan, another by the before October election, Liberians are coming out under the caption, don't try it, don't try it. And then at 10, the people's power will be exercised at the Arab Spring. You will shoot your gun, you will kill us, or you will die. But no more fear. Liberians don't have fear anymore. They don't want to live under dictatorial regime. They don't care regime. People say, oh, they think that just people were saying no money, we don't hear for money. Where's the money? How much money you pay? You pay got nothing. Our campaign, the land and bread of Nimba, places I've never been before in my life, in my own country, as a political governor. Because Nimba is big, big. These people are determined, they are resolved. So the crowd is genuine. The thing happen in every county. Nobody send money, nobody bought food for them, nothing. People yesterday were crying for food, what are the drink? I came home last 10 o'clock last night. It means defend. Not that number 2, it means defend. Number 2 is defending too. I'm number 3. So I'm defending, I'm a defender. That means I'm number 3.
Okay, so a pleasant morning again. We are back this morning on the 25th day of April. So let me see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more days to say goodbye to April, and then we get into May. So by next week, yes, by next week Tuesday, we'll officially say goodbye to April in the year of 2024, and then we will be in May. So what it means is that the year is gradually, and I want you to listen carefully. The year is gradually slipping away. You always remind some of us who had plans for the year, just in case you still have that plan or those plans. You need to start working on something, because the year is not waiting for you. You waited for the year, so the year will definitely not wait for you. All you need to do is try as much as possible to achieve what exactly you planned for the year. So good morning, folks. My name is Julius Boki, and of course my colleague Matai Labendi is here. Together we're going to have a breakfast with you. Normally, Matai will have a cup of tea with him, and I will just sit and watch him drink his hot water. So that's it. A lot of things to talk about. Yesterday was a slap in the face of the governor of Liberia. The Supreme Court said, hey, President Joseph Nnabuaka, you have no right to appoint people as an attorney position, because there are people there already who are serving, and they are serving an attorney position. So better you wait till the term expires, then you can probably appoint people there. So it was a slap in the face of the government. And Wilson Tato was affected. Because he was not appointed by the board. He was removed from the president. And according to what I learned, the act establishing the EPA says that the board should submit the name to the government or the president. The president will select one person to be the executive director. That was not the case. I have some questions to ask. President Joseph Nnabuaka appointed someone there already, like EPA. Did he go through the proper channel? Were three names submitted to him by the board as well? And in the elections, remember again, Gila counters, divisional results are out, and we hopefully play the voice of the National Elections Commission chairperson, Director Brown Lansana. But somebody is leading, somebody who Senator Frank Johnson did not support is leading. Divisional result is leading. So the big question is, Senator Johnson supported somebody who is gradually being defeated. Would he still condemn the support of Nimba or Nimbayans? A lot of things to talk about. So I'm taking a quick break. When I come back, Makoni Matai is here. Then you'll hear a voice, and then we'll take it from there up to later on. He will tell us who will be our guest this morning, and it's in the only way we have. Let's take a break. Be right back.
Sky Morning Live with Sky 107.1. We are here Monday to somehow coincidentally, a brother from another mother, when a child is descending, actually yes, we celebrate our daughters today. Yes, pray that God continue to guide them, give them long life, give them wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and strength so that they can be able to do what is right for themselves, the family, as well as the country and the world over. All right. The areas
Okay,
that
so happy birthday to them.
right,
Annabelle, happy birthday.
right.
Matthias, Queen.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Queen.
my lawyer there. I mean, she's
Your lawyer.
yeah, she's the lawyer there.
Yeah.
So
But
yeah.
it's good to have lawyer in the family anyway.
Well, I don't know whether that's a dream, but she defends a lot. She has a lot of defenses to a lot of things. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, sometimes I have to employ other tactics, to get her.
So she's practicing already.
Man, I don't know. But that's it. We're here again this morning, Julius.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like you put it, I mean, you said it succinctly and it fit neatly because talking about slap in the face of the Boagas government. I think for me it's not just in the face of the government entirely, it's also a slap in the face of the people that were hired to do a piece of job. The president, when elected, Julius, he does not work in isolation. He reaches out to people he believes got the knowledge and understanding of governance, legal understanding of issues of the Constitution, of other provisions or other laws that we have.
Mm.
All right. So he reaches out to someone and say, "Can you come and be my political advisor?" And then the other one say, he reaches out to another person, "Can you come and be my legal advisor? Would you mind being my economic advisor? Would you mind being my health minister? Be my agriculture minister? Be my environmental, head? Can you take care of the water and sewer corporation for me? How about I send you to the National Port Authority because I can't be there at the same time? I want to send you to LPRC where he sent Amos Toe.
Mm.
Could you be my National Elections Commission chair that will conduct election impartially? How about you be the mouthpiece of the government? Be the Minister of Information? Would you mind being the Director of Police, the Inspector General of Police? Okay, I want to fight drugs in the country. Can you please be the head of the Drug Enforcement Agency? Matthias, I want to take care of the state broadcaster. Would you mind going there as the head of the broadcasting system of the country? I'm mentioning all these things because responsibilities are shared immediately the president becomes the president. Anyone is elected as president of the country. Those responsibilities, the onus is on the people that are asked, that are called upon, which is not their right. It's a privilege to be called upon by the president to serve in a particular capacity. So when you are called, the onus is on you to do everything you can to do a professional piece of job. A professional piece of job. Give the president nothing but the right advice. Give the president nothing but the right advice. So the president, the expectation is the president must be aware of the constitution, of all of the laws of the country and all of that. But how about we look at it this way? All right. How about we look at it this way? That I gave you the responsibility. Your duty is to come and advise me. Some may argue from another angle that, Matthias, how about what if the president received advice from those professional people that he or she hired to work? And yet, they go on to work, they do not do the right thing. I'm like, really? What is going on? Is it that the president is not listening to the people that he hired? Or is it that the people that he hired are not giving the right advice? So this slap, it goes right back to the people that have the responsibility. If we experience budget shortfall during the service administration, whose name was ringing in this country? Amara Kone. When we heard about the breakdown of Noka, whose name was ringing? Rabo Salif. When the last time we heard that there were 25,000 metric tons of rice full in a ship docked at the freeport of Monrovia, when Liberians are complaining about rice, what did we? Who took the fall? The communication director at the port, because he said that there was 25,000 metric tons. He thought he was doing the right thing. He took the fall. When there was a conflict between the commerce minister, then Professor Wilson Tappe, and the APRC managing director about the availability of petroleum product on the market, who took the fall? The two heads of those institutions. So, Julius, I'm giving this because for a government to go to court, and it doesn't win a case, then I mean, there's a problem. There's a problem. And it also speaks volume to the justice system of the country. It speaks volume to the justice system of the country, that maybe it is getting stronger or better. One may argue that way, right? That it's getting stronger or better, while others may have issues with the justice system. Somebody may say that this is getting interesting here. This is getting interesting. Anyway, Julius, I mean, that's just my take on it. But on the other hand, there's this thing about the Public Works Ministry. The Ministry of Public Works has updated the public that there are a couple of things going on. There are about 12 roads, local roads, that are being refurbished in so many areas. And it is informing the public that it is doing all it can to ensure that not just the 100 days, but Liberians have access to pliable roads in the country. I believe that the Ministry of Public Works is perhaps living up to its mandate and to the ambitious expression of the President of the Republic of Liberia, that under his administration, in fact, in the first 100 days, no car will get stuck in the mud. And those of you too, as we're talking about cars getting stuck in the mud, it's important that you too consider doing the right thing as citizens, because I'm very sure all of this, the inspection that's going on now, Julius, I'm very sure that it is also intended to ensure that those of you who are robbing government of lawful taxes can be able to settle your obligations, just as the way the government will fight her to fix the road for you so that you can plow on it. It's also good for you to do the right thing as a citizen. Yeah, but let's engage the public. Maybe.
But Mattia, let me have my say on this thing.
Right.
We got 9 minutes to 8.
Mm-hmm.
So at 8 o'clock we'll join the VOA. The president of Liberia has a lot of advisors around him. And someone was telling me, I don't know about Tony, some advisors. So, and those advisors are there to advise the president on issues. Let's take for example, the Ghana National Security Advisor. He will advise the president on national security, right?
Mhm.
You got economic advisor, you got political advisor, you got a lot of things, legal advisor. And so they are there to advise the president on things. We don't want, the reason why sometimes we have these advisors is that sometimes you want to do something as a head of an institution,
Mhm.
but you don't have the expertise in that. Let's for example, the legal advisor, President Joseph Numa Boakai, is not a legal man. You get the point I'm making?
Mhm.
And so that's why he hired Buju Ben Keita to be his legal advisor. So everything that is relating to law,
Mhm.
he will pass it through Buju Ben Keita.
Mhm.
So Buju Ben Keita, I remember in February, and, you know, when they think of the tenure position thing came up, and he disclosed that plans to resubmit a bill to remove 20 positions. He Buju Ben Keita.
Mhm.
And I guess, unless you want to say that the president did not listen to his advice, you get me?
Mhm.
But I guess he must have advised the president on the appointment of people or to play any position, because they thought that they could win the war. So there are two things: either he advised the president not to do it, or he did not, or maybe he did and the president did not listen to him. But at the early stage, to go to the court, the Supreme Court of Liberia,
Mhm.
and you get defeated by this, that is something that is worrisome.
Mhm.
20 position was established by legal instrument, right? Through the national legislature.
Mhm.
So if for any reason you want to remove it, you can go through that process. You got lawmakers in the building, you can put it forth. But to get taken off their positions and then you think that, oh, we'll go to the court. So it's a blow in your face.
Mhm.
These are things that happened during Jawia time. The government went to court several times and were defeated, right? And people were mocking at them that every time they went to court, they were defeated. Is this the same thing we want to see during Joseph Boakai time? Of course not. And so
Mhm.
I think they had to go back, do their legal work. And the Supreme Court was clear. You cannot appoint people at the position of 20 position, right? Because people are there serving. They have 20 positions.
Mhm.
They are time finished. What's wrong with people serving and leaving? Some of them got 2 more years. Some of them got 1 more year. One more got a few. Let them serve, and they're turning finished, and you can put somebody there.
Julius, the problem with why I think this is happening is because of the way we do politicking in the country. Every group of people think that the struggle they're in today is a struggle for their benefit. At the time their party gets into power, it is their time to benefit. All right. So the CDC folks were there for 12 years as opposition. They were struggling. One day we'll take this country. One day we'll take this country. They took the country for 6 years. We saw the enemies they created. They made some new friends. They turned their backs on some old friends. They created more enemies as well. They created some friends and so on. They damaged some areas, some systems and things. Today, they're arguing that what the CSA is doing is wrong. They're arguing that the war crimes code thing is, some of them, they're already doing different argument about it. The point is, now United Party folks also came in. Some of them think that it is their entitlement. Some people are sitting, they're not even reading the law that establish tenure positions. They're not reading the law that establish those various entities that they want to go to. They'll just send in their resumes to the president and to the president's office and say, I want to go to National Road Fund, for example. I want to go to NAFA. I want to go to National Lottery. And the president, maybe in his quest to satisfy the people that worked with him over time, may just get blinded by the legality surrounding that particular position and then goes on to appoint people. So at the end of the day, like the report have it, it's a slap in the face of the government. And it's a shame at this early stage, given that this is a government of a president of the president of this particular regime has got over 40 years of experience in government. No one expects that such, a careless error will be made. This was very careless.
Let me respond to Black Diamond Damo. Black Diamond Damo, we are not saying is an issue. What we are saying is that the president have advisors around him. So before he carry all the appointments, it should be advised.
Right.
The legal advisors
So
will advise the president.
what is his point?
So his point is that, but Matthias, it is not compulsory for the government to win cases at all times.
No, I'm not saying that.
Don't really see this as an issue. It's not an issue.
It is an issue.
It's an issue.
What do you mean by it's not an issue?
So
it is an issue.
So LA, you losing cases.
It is an issue.
It's not an issue. With other advisors around the president, and you say it's not an issue.
But it is an issue because the president has several years to his credit in terms of experience in government. That's one. Secondly, I just gave you a breakdown of how government works. The reason why you have a co-host on a talk show is that maybe sometimes the host may be incapacitated to come and do the show.
Thank you.
The co-host can go ahead. You've done that here more than a month. There was a time I had to travel and I returned. You took care of the show. Team has traveled many times. You handled the 50th of the show. All right. When the president is elected, the president brings in people to aid in the process. Why do you get married?
The president.
Julius, wait, let's bring it back. Let's take it back to the community.
I hope Black Diamond is listening.
Why do you get married? Why do you get married? The Bible says the man shall leave his mother and his father, and he shall be cleave unto his wife. Yes, they'll become one.
Yes.
So there's a void in you as a man if you are not married, if you don't have kids. Society sees you differently.
Yeah.
People may not trust you with a lot of things. When the president comes to power, in order to legitimize his government and ensure that there's serious work done in the country, he must give people responsibilities. And those people that have the responsibilities, the only work they have to do as citizens of this country is to ensure that they back the president. They work in line with the agenda of the government, of the sitting government. They say it's not an issue.
It's an issue, Black Diamond.
It's an issue. If it were doing the Wias administration, Black Diamond would have been saying that these guys adore people, they're this and that and thing. I mean, maybe those may not be his words.
It's an issue. It's an issue. So early, less than 1 year, and you are losing a case at the Supreme Court as a government.
Yeah.
And you want to say it's not an issue? It's an issue.
And the last time,
it's a slap in the face of the government,
right?
And it's a disgrace to them. All the advisors around the president.
Seriously,
I mean, that is an issue.
It happened with the asset recovery team.
Yes.
Do you know what it means for someone to tell you go back now and do it according to the law? I mean, someone is saying to me that thing, a lawyer has to come and explain to me what it means.
And the asset recovery team is headed by a seasoned lawyer, a counselor.
Yeah. Then they tell you go back now,
go do the right thing,
and do it according to the law.
All the cars they arrested, the cars applying to Sue Moreover, right? Now. All the cars applying.
But let's look at the expression: go back now and do it according to the law. You are a husband, you married, and someone tells you, your wife took your complaint somewhere, and then the family tells you, "Mama, go and run your home according to family values."
Thank you. Now disgrace.
What does it mean?
That disgrace.
My man, you're changing money, man.
So Black Diamond are easy and better.
I'm laughing.
He's laughing.
I'm in love with you.
He's laughing. Let's join the VOA and be right back after the news.
Right.
Representing former President Donald Trump will try to persuade the U.S. Supreme Court Thursday that their client is immune from criminal prosecution for acts he allegedly engaged in while serving in the nation's highest office. The case before the High Court arises from charges filed last year by special counsel Jack Smith. Smith has accused Trump of conspiring to defraud the United States and criminally attempting to pressure public officials to help him overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election. Smith has also charged the former president with conspiring and attempting to obstruct an official government proceeding in connection with the riot at the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021, when Trump supporters attempted to disrupt the official certification of Joe Biden's election victory. Trump himself will be back in a New York courtroom Thursday to hear more testimony in his criminal trial of falsifying business records to hide a hush money payment to an adult porn actress before the 2016 election. The actress, Stormy Daniels, claimed she had engaged in a brief affair with Trump several years earlier. 18 people, including Mark Meadows, former President Trump's chief of staff, and Trump's lawyer Rudy Giuliani, have been indicted in the southwestern state of Arizona on several criminal charges related to Trump's attempt to overturn his 2020 election defeat. Here's AP correspondent Lisa Dwyer.
11 Republicans who submitted a document to Congress falsely declaring that Donald Trump beat Joe Biden in Arizona in the 2020 presidential election have been charged with conspiracy, fraud, and forgery. Those 11 people who had been nominated to be Arizona's Republican electors met in Phoenix on December 14th, 2020 to sign a certificate saying that they were duly elected and qualified electors and claimed that Trump had carried the state. Biden won Arizona by more than 10,000 votes. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
This is VOA News. Arizona becomes the fourth U.S. state to bring charges against the so-called fake elector scheme. A top Hamas political official has told the Associated Press the Islamic militant group is willing to lay down its weapons and convert into a political party if an independent Palestinian state is established along pre-1967 borders. Khalil al-Hayya made the comments Wednesday in Istanbul amid a stalemate in talks over a ceasefire and hostage exchange deal with Israel to end the 6-month war. Al-Hayya also told the AP it will agree to a 5-year truce with Israel. Israel's current government is adamantly opposed to a two-state solution and has instead vowed to crush Hamas following its deadly October 7th raid in southern Israel that triggered the war. Al-Hayya has represented Hamas in the negotiations. In sports, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander scored 33 points to lead the Oklahoma City Thunder to a 124-92 rout over the visiting New Orleans Pelicans Wednesday. Teammate Chet Holmgren scored 26 points to help the Thunder take a commanding 2-0 lead in the National Basketball Association first-round playoff series. Gilgeous-Alexander said the team's offensive output is simply a result of its primary goal.
We prioritize winning. And that's something we try to do every night, every time we step on the floor. And it's all 15, 16, 17, however many guys we have on the roster. That's all of our main things. And when you prioritize winning, things like that come with it.
Game 3 in the best-of-7 series moves to New Orleans on Saturday. The Las Vegas Golden Knights continued their quest for a second consecutive National Hockey League championship with a decisive victory over the Dallas Stars Wednesday. AP correspondent Dave Ferry reports.
The Golden Knights are heading home with a 2-0 series lead following a 3-1 verdict over the Stars. Noah Hannafin scored an unassisted breakaway goal late in the second period, putting the 8th-seeded and defending champs ahead to stay.
We're in a good spot, but there's still a lot of hockey left to be played, and we're happy to get back into our building and have that momentum on our side.
Jonathan Marchessault ran his playoff point streak to 12 games with a goal, and Jack Eichel delivered an empty netter and an assist for the Knights, who host Game 3 on Saturday. Logan Thompson turned back 20 shots in his second career playoff start, allowing only Jason Robertson's first period goal. I'm Dave Ferry.
For more on this and all the stories we're covering, visit us at voanews.com. I'm Richard Green for VOA News.
When the lion in the town, they must shepherd dog and then to go. When the lion in the town, they must shepherd dog and then to go. When Opa can't in the town, they must shepherd dog and then to go. When the lion in the town, they must shepherd dog and then to go.
This is our time, my home.
I say, Lekki la do or die, oh. On part of all we kicking shot and scoring goal, they can't get no far morale. On Jaman to fisse, Baduko Deshke to Foya, Konya, to Vahu Bokesa, we flock it, so ready, oh, in all our time, man. Well, let them be like Pepe, eating and lead them to play, see them crying. I always show them pepper, and they say they can play. We'll be there today. For country rally, my Loma people rally, Easy people rally, my Gandhi people rally, my Dingo people rally. Sugar Timon can stop the shaman. Yo, man, that cheeky hair. I want me to get iron rock. Yo, man, that cheeky hair. I want me to get iron rock. We not taking stock. We not taking stock. We not taking stock. Yo, man, that cheeky hair. I want me to get iron rock. Yo, man, that cheeky hair. I want me to get iron rock. We not taking stock. We not taking stock. We not taking stock. No vacante relé, no long relé, cutting low relé, no vacante relé. Ok, vous savez où les pelés, on est fiablés. Chassis à taper par ton pas craquer le volet. De all la chape, on vole d'ici et puis c'est fait du passe. Ouais, on cookie pas là, des options où j'ai eu, où mon YouTube sont des. Puis comme ma jazz, pour pisser pour ma chip, pour la voilà, tout comme il m'a tout fait ici, I gotta go for the post. The men of PC, the least, qui ne vont pas get la côte. I keep that you never see, discover the hope. We get your my game, I'm in a space too. And they cannot carry on, yeah, maybe what I do. I pull a maybe on my back, and cause the face of attack. We keep the up on the gap in the water, it's an drop. The crazy system we playing with, that effect in the fact. Oh, you can't see a team on us, couple like the let's go to the play where they say we can go, where they go, where they go, where they go, where they go. I was go, they go, yeah, where they go, yeah, where they go, where they go, where they go, where they go, where they go. So let's go to the play where they say we can go, where they go, where they go, where they go, where they go. I was go, they go, yeah, where they go, 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 where they go.
This is our time. Love our home. This is our time.
Power end up with victory. Power play. They go to the defender by the midfielder. Chicken feeder, get the ball for one. Number, the boys up. It's a goal. It's a goal. To find a way to go.
Okay, so that's a fine one there, of course. We're ready. We hear you. So, while we wait for our guests, I want to play the voice of the chairperson of the National Elections Commission, Madam Davietta Brown-Lansana, who we're going to hear her giving preliminary results in Nimba and Grand Julia counties by-elections. You know, Grand Julia County, the by-election was held in District number 1, and in Nimba County, the whole of Nimba. So the whole of Nimba, so they had the election in Nimba County, looking for a senator to replace the then senator who is now vice president of Liberia, His Excellency Jeremiah Kpang. So we're going to have our guests maybe for 30 minutes. So we're going to listen to the results. I want you to listen. Take your pens and papers and write down the result in Nimba. We are specific about Nimba. Mind you now, Prince Johnson is supporting Is that Koga? Yes, Samuel Koga. Why Unity Party is with Jan Twine. Jan Twine. So, as per what we listened to yesterday, there's a slight, I want to say slightly, I think there's a lead. It's a professional result though, but I think Jan Twine is in the lead. But we play it. I want us to listen carefully to it. Professional results. Black Diamond. Normally, what's on your mind comes on every Thursday, but sometimes they don't come because when we'll have a guest, we don't bring what's on your mind on. But normally it's Thursdays. So, Matthias, I want to play this provisional result from the NEC. So people will listen carefully, specifically in Nimba County. And there's a reason why we want to focus our attention into Nimba before our guests can come. So let's listen to the NEC. Our reporter was there, Yubene Masale, and he sent us this clip.
The NEC is pleased to report that generally the by-elections in both Nimba and District Number 1 Grand Chita County were conducted under a peaceful atmosphere. Let me inform you that the tally process began today, 24th April 2024, at the two magisterial offices in Nimba, that is in Sanikwele and Upper Nimba, and Tapita Lower Nimba, as well as the tally process commencing in Grand Chita Magisterial Office in Zwedru in the presence of candidate agents and independent observers. Ladies and gentlemen, let me also inform you that the tallied results from magisterial offices are being progressively transmitted to the data center at the NEC headquarters, where they are being collated for announcement. Members of the press, the following are the tallied results from Nimba County and Grand Chita County District Number 1 to date, which I will now read. Grand Chita County Electoral District Number 1, 31 polling places of a total of 46 polling places, constituting 67.39%. Candidates: Bear Emilia Polo D, PUP, votes obtained 955. Percentage of valid votes 13.61%. Bole Wachen Ophelia LTP, votes obtained 101. Valid votes percentage 1.44%. Chara Fidine Kamel V, UP, votes obtained 260, constituting 3.71%. Clark Justice Randall, NLP, votes obtained 132, constituting 1.88%. Cooper II Saros S, votes obtained 318, constituting 4.53%. Dobo Elijah Poneyon Alsop, votes obtained 364, constituting 5.19%. Dukle Ansu, independent. Let me read that again. Dukle Ansu, NDP, votes obtained 860, constituting 12.26%. Bagba Nathaniel Chen, RNC, votes obtained 433, constituting 6.17%. Guion Moniayon Jerry, DNA, votes obtained 282, constituting 4.02%. Johnson Gabriel Papi, LPP, Votes obtained, 311, constituting 4.43%. Johnson Johnson Jr., Roosevelt Lionel. Votes obtained, 57, constituting 0.81%. Kane Isaac Nyene Yon, LRP. Votes obtained, 300, constituting 4.28%. Kuye Jezia M, EFFL. Votes obtained, 84, constituting 1.20%. Soken Senior Jeremiah Gawo, Independent. Votes obtained, 2,067, constituting 29.47%. Williams Samson B, ALL. Votes obtained, 491, constituting 7.00%. Total valid votes, 7,015, constituting 100%. Total invalid votes, 165. Total votes, 7,188, that is 80. 7,180. These are the results from Grand Gila County Electoral District number 1. I will now read the results from Nimba County. 157 polling places of a total of 736 polling places, constituting 21.33%. Candidates: Group E, Thomas S, RNC. Votes obtained, 520, constituting 2.12%. Koga Samuel Gongwen, PUP. Votes obtained, 3,737, constituting 15.23%. Selepo Armstrong Bobek, Lino. Votes obtained, 317, constituting 1.29%. And Toyen Jr. Nya D, UP. Votes obtained, 19,966, constituting 81.36%. Total valid votes, 24,540, constituting 100%. Total invalid votes, 501. Total votes, 25,041. These were the results from the Nimba County senatorial by-elections just conducted.
Okay, Matthias, you heard it there. You heard it. Yan Twine.
And it means a lot, you know.
Yan Twine, supported by the Unity Party,
Right,
is in the lead.
right.
As compared to the guy that Prince Johnson supported, Samuel Koga. You know, Prince Johnson said we're not supporting the Unity Party because of that, the war crimes court.
Yeah.
So he went behind Samuel Koga. But now the provisional results tells us that Yan Twine is in the lead, 19,966 votes, which of course is 81.36%. And Samuel Koga is 3,737. That's 15%. I mean, I know. Looking at the margin, 19,000 to that of 3,000. Wide margin is provisional though.
Yeah.
But what does that say? What signal does that send to Nimbayans or to Liberia? You know, for me, I know that. I mean, I don't know, because if you've calculated out of, I don't know, I forgot the total number of polling places, but 157 already, and somebody obtaining 19,000, that of close to your rival having 3,000.
All right. But you know, Julius.
It's not close. It's not too close to call anyway.
Right. Julius, reality is stubborn. No matter how hard you try to face it, it surfaces. You can't kill reality. You can't kill the truth. So if you like, say, because your parents are poor, you are disowning them. The reality is that they are your parents. You can be a billionaire, and once the time comes for people to identify your parents, they say, oh, that guy who's a billionaire, his parents live in the slum of Joe community, living in one zinc shack. That's the reality. Prince Johnson will not remain the godfather of Nima County, and gradually he's losing the grip. I mean, that boldness exhibited by the senator to say, I'm not going to support a man whose party is trying to prosecute us, is talking about bringing war crimes code. For me, I was waiting to see what the outcome of the election result would have brought. Then we would have done another analysis of the mindset, the circuit of Nimbayans. That's what I was waiting for, to see whether the result would have leaned towards Simon Koga, supported by Prince Johnson. Then would have done analysis. Maybe it would have been stereotypical of the people, but I wouldn't have mind going to stereotypical, talking about what kind of people are these people. So this man is saying that there's a man who is part of an organization that is seeking justice, not just
for the people,
not just to prosecute an individual, but this organization is seeking justice for Liberians, for all those affected by the 14 years of civil crisis. And he's saying because this man is part of that organization, though he's his kinsman, but he wouldn't support him simply because his organization that he himself supported is trying to bring justice to the people. I was waiting to see what the election result would have brought. Then we would have done another analysis, whether if it appears stereotypical of the people, I wouldn't have mind doing that. But good thing is, it is now shown, it is gradually becoming clearer, Julius, that authority, that power that Prince Johnson, the senator, had paraded away over time, he's gradually becoming bereft of it. The people are waking up. There is a new sheriff in town, the new political godfather of Nima County. His breath, he was nurtured, he was groomed by the senator himself. It is now time that he turns the pendulum over. Let the pendulum shift a bit to a young man, a much more younger person, who will now decide the fate of Nima County. And gradually that is beginning to take shape. And you know who that person is?
So what you think? You think Prince Johnson is gradually leaving the scene?
I've said that already, Julius. That's the reality. I started my statement.
We have to wait for the final result.
Oh no, that's what I said.
But the margin, I mean, man, it's too high.
Julius,
if I was Samuel Koga by this time, I'll be
you concede, right?
I concede. 3,000 to 19,000.
Yesterday, I gave you an analogy. We were looking at the LEC thing, right? And I said you were receiving allowance $50 every month from a family member overseas, and that $50 was buying you rice, buying you oil, buying you coal, and putting everything, small things in the just for provision, right? You put your food stuff in the house. You're a student. You have to manage that money wisely. This month is coming to an end, and you receive a call from your brother or your aunt or whomever that is in the States that's sending you that $50 and tells you that you can no longer receive $50. You're now receiving $10. You cannot get a bag of rice from that money. You can get coal. You can get coal back, but if you get coal, what are you going to cook it? Use the coal to cook. All right. You can get oil, but it's not even going to be a gallon or tin. All right. So at the end of the day, you have to adjust, and that adjustment might be difficult. That's the reality. The senator has to adjust. There's a new sheriff in town. And this talking about that analogy, how can Simon Koga cover 19,000 against 3,000 or 3,000 against 19,000?
So about the difference about 17,000 plus.
Now let's look at that number. And all the remaining polling places, Nyan Twanya has its own share.
Of course.
Elephant share, perhaps.
Not even here alone.
Elephant
because there are four in the race.
Right.
So you got Thomas Groupie, you got Samuel Koga, you got Armstrong, Selekbo, and then Nyan Twanya.
Right. And Julia, so talking about that, that's why I mentioned earlier that this is reality. reality has a way of taking shape, and as it appears, you cannot fight it. You may try, but you can't defeat it because it is. That's why it's called reality. It's the truth. The senator cannot go against justice. The senator cannot fight the establishment of a war crimes court. He's taking it personal over time to an extent that he made it global. Now, Julius, we may not pay attention to this particular aspect of the senator's decision to not support Nyan Twine, even though he initially declared his support for him. To come up, right, to come out to the war stage and say you're not going to be supporting this individual from your county, a kinsman, because he's part of an organization that you're also an affiliate member of, and this organization is prosecuting, is trying to bring war and economic crimes court in Liberia. Because of that reason, you're not going to be supporting this man. What you're saying to the whole world is that you are guilty even before being charged. Even before facing the court, you are already guilty. So you are fighting by all means to ensure that you arm twist, or you turn people's minds against this particular thing that Liberians have been yearning for.
Is that because Senator Johnson did not go down in Nima County to campaign? He was only here calling on radio stations in Nima.
Well, I don't think that's a factor. The senator's voice can be heard whether he's here, he's there, or he's yonder. He just has to speak. He was here, he made a call. That's where he declared his decision. He expressed his dissatisfaction. He used adjectives to express how he feels about the decision of the Boakas administration to bring about a war and economic crimes court in Liberia. And it is then, in that interview, he also went on to say that he is not going to be supporting the United Party candidate. That message, do you think it did not resonate with the people? Do you really think people didn't play on other stations? They heard it. Nimbayans listened, but yet they are now following a new messiah. Since it seems Nima politics is structured in a way that they listen to people, influential people, and the new influential person now is Mr. JKK.
The vice president.
Yeah, the vice president. He's now going to be the kingmaker of Nima County. He's going to be the face
the
of
vice
Nima.
president did not go to campaign. He was there, and he had the people there.
My Nibayans know that he's president. Not just vice president, he's president.
So you think you really think Jeremiah Kung can take over Prince Johnson as the way Prince Johnson since 2005.
Prince Johnson.
Since 2005, they call him the godfather of Nimba. Before you win an election as a political party, you should pass through him.
The vice presidential position.
You think no.
Julius, wait. No, let me just ask a question. The vice presidential position and the senatorial position, which one is higher?
The VP is higher.
Good. You've got the VP is what?
He's the president of the Senate.
Good. So Prince Johnson has served as senator. He's completing his 27 years.
He's the longest serving senator.
Longest serving senator since Liberia was founded, perhaps.
Still to be corrected.
Since Liberia, 27 years. He is the only public official, elected public official, that served the same 27 years as Totman.
The former president.
Former president Totman.
Yeah.
But the young boy that he nurtured came and became vice president before him. Right before his eyes, he became vice president. Now this man, I just told you, Julius, that this man is the new kingmaker of Nimba County. This man is the new political godfather of Nimba. There's no division if there's.
But my point is, why should Prince Johnson go another side and Jeremiah Kung go one side?
Well, no, listen. This is about politics. Jeremiah Kung is the vice president of the Unity Party. He is the vice president of the Unity Party, a sitting government. This is the government that's prosecuting crimes that wants to prosecute crimes in the country. Senator Johnson is against the prosecution of crimes in Liberia. He's against the prosecution of war crimes specifically in Liberia. And JKK, Jeremiah Kung, is in support of the prosecution of war crimes in Liberia. Whether the vice president comes openly to say that there's a line has been drawn between the senator and I, the line is already.
No, you will not say that.
It is a clear. That's what I'm saying.
But the point is, are we seeing power shifting now from one hand to another in Nima County?
It has shifted.
It shifted.
It shifted the moment Senator Prince
Jeremiah
Kung became
you cannot
vice
say
president.
that just on a mere senatorial race.
We're in Liberia, right?
Yeah.
Let's stay around.
So we got election coming,
Right.
2029.
Let's stay
see.
around. Let's stay around.
Will you see Prince Johnson supporting the Unity Party again?
I don't think, but Prince Johnson might be thinking about how he's going to answer, questions to the Hague. He might not be contesting.
Not the Hague, in Liberia, the court.
Sorry, the War Crimes Court in Liberia and thing. If all goes well before the end of the broadcast regime, that court is established and people start to go there and the senator will be thinking about whether he's going to go there and be found and plead innocent or guilty or so. All right.
So are we not going to see, or are we going to see a tough race in Nimba County comes any election? Because as it stands now, Prince Johnson, I don't know why he still support Unity Party because of that War Crimes Court. So let's say that there are elections. Jeremiah comes on the other side, he commending Nimba, and Prince Johnson on the other side, commending Nimba. Are we going to see a tough race?
I don't think.
Who do you think your political party will run to say, look, I need your support to win Nimba?
I don't think.
Is it Prince Johnson or Jeremiah?
I don't think that there'll be a tough. It's not going to be a tough. One person is going to be a bulldog that has been fed, that has been battle tested, and is still energetic. It comes with agility to fight. Another one is going to be a bulldog that is toothless, that's going to be barking and saliva dropping from his mouth, that cannot bite anyone. And
fearful by the face.
Fearful by the look on the face and thing and past glory because he's fought many wars.
But I think Prince Johnson still comment. His power is in the county.
It's going to dwindle.
It's
dwindling.
It will, but not now.
But it's dwindling already. From now to 2029.
After 2029, Prince Johnson. 2029, Prince Johnson will still have a voice in Nimba.
Let's hear from the public. Maybe our guests are not coming.
0777-777-107, 0777-221-223 are the numbers you can call to participate in Nimba County election, by-election, sorry. How is it like? Are we seeing power shifting? That thing of Prince Johnson bringing an RMPFL and acting like a giant on Nimbayans, is it shifting? Good morning.
Good morning, Matthias.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay. I just thought to call in based on the beautiful analysis people are making. My name is Calvin. And I just want to say this. Look, the truth is this. I like what they call, why your colleagues say in studio there, power is shifting. But I don't think Prince Johnson needs to be angry at that. Prince Johnson has established for himself a long-time legacy. He said he was bringing Honorable Jeremiah Kun, the vice president, as a way to get a continuation of a voice in Nimba. Now that this voice is being listened to, now that the voice is being followed, and the person of this voice is a very young and agile person, I don't think Prince Johnson needs to be angry.
But he's not angry either. He's not angry. They've not announced the final result, but he's not angry. I don't think he's angry.
Yeah, but what I'm saying that is, to say you will not support the Unity Party candidate, in my mind, Prince Johnson was wrong. Because the Unity Party candidate is the desire of the very person he is bringing. Being a John the Baptist who are cleared the way very well, and he is now bringing somebody to be a face or a continuation of his legacy, of his existence, of his history, his influence. He should support that person in all manner of ways. He should support Jeremiah in everything that the vice president does.
Thank you. Line 2, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my brother and friend. How are you? I join you from the borough of Kutam, Peterville, Zimbabwe.
Let's hear you. What's your name?
I'm Joshua Rufus Star. I want to thank you ever so much and thank your colleague in there for his insight analysis on the issue in Nimba.
Hello.
Let me just give you some history. Before Nimba was controlled by Thomas Kuenkpa, when Kuenkpa left the scene, Prince Johnson came in the scene because the fight against Prince and Doe. Prince was the one who conquered Doe. So Nimba saw Prince as a hero. Politically, he ran the country, but giving back what we call reciprocation, he had been personalized by him. So Nimba thought it was that, look, Nimba is for Nimba, it's not for Prince. We must go a direction for the new generation. Take it or leave it. If you do your research, there was some internal strife between Prince and this vice president in the past. When Prince has a service saying that Nimba knew I stood for them and I killed Doe. The next day, the brother came on. The present vice president said that our generation don't want to hear this. My child don't want to hear this. The son of SKD Gion don't want to hear this. And Prince rescinded his statement. So Nimba will have a new face. I'm a son of Granji there. We are thinking that same direction, that we will have a new face. That Nibade must be certified in Granji as they have.
So are we going to see a power shift?
Take it or leave it. Intellectual of Granji is trying to re-collaborate and see how best we bring the son of Samuel Doe to the Senate.
Okay, thank you. Now breaking news. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
This is Abba Kemugai. I'm situated in Caldwell.
Kemugai, let's hear you.
Thank you very much. My brother, I don't want to lie to you. To get the correction done, Mr. Labendi, Prince Johnson withdrew his support a week before last, that he had pulled out of the Unity Party, out of the agreement right away. The moment he talked about the work, he pulled out of the agreement. Now, let me tell you something. Prince Johnson, the first time it happened, I think was they going by election again in District 1. Nimba County, he supported one Francis Mawia, and at the end of the day, the man lost. When they go out, he said the man that was crossing. In fact, calling the man number ringing, the man get answer his number. Now, today, he said he's talking to the to tell you that Prince Johnson is not stable, he's very inconsistent. According to my intelligence, they go Sunday or Nyatwan visited his church, tell $1,000 and a 50 bag or one generator to his church. He praised the man a lot. And say you were supporting man. When the man left, he started calling all the radio station in Nimba, speaking Gio, telling the people that they might not vote for the man. You see that kind of behavior? Oh, to tell you the truth, the power of Prince Johnson has dwindled and it has wallowed into.
So you want to agree with Matthias? He said the manpower is dwindling.
50% agree with Mr. Labendi that the manpower has dwindled already. Thank you.
Thank you, Abakamokai. When someone can call with you. 077771107 07777221223. If you're out of the country, the WhatsApp number is +231 777221223. Good morning.
Yes. Good morning, sir. How are you today?
We are better. What's the name? What do you join us from?
Okay, thank you. I'm Timothy Buchanan Gabla, and I'm calling from district number 10, precisely.
Let's hear you.
What I want to say is, I want to say a very big thank you to the people of Nimba, and a very big thank you to the people of Liberia, because this is a sign of reawakening the spirit of realizing the wrongdoing. We are becoming to realize now that people who does wrong in the future will not have space anymore in our country. And this is the sign of Prince Johnson in Nimba County. Prince Johnson all along, he believed that over the years he had monopoly or he had control over the people. Whatever he says to them, they follow it. But like what the previous caller just stated, that he supported a man from District 1 and the people deny him. Today he supports somebody and the people deny him. It's a clear indication
the final result is not announced yet. So maybe when the final result can get a table.
I agree with you, but we don't need rocket scientists. We don't need rocket scientists because Yantuan is in 19,000 and somebody he supports is in 3,000. That's a wild margin. It's a clear indication. So I want to say a very big thank you, particularly to young people in Nimba County. And it is about time that young people of this country will wake up now so that we can identify the wrong people to get them off the page.
All right. Thank you. 92, good morning.
Good morning, Julius, and let me say good morning to Labendi.
Good morning. Zach Bembo. Good morning, brother. Long time.
Thank you, Julius, and let me appreciate God for his healing power, and those who have been in prayer with me have been down, Julius, but thank God I'm back on my feet.
Sorry, I didn't know, man. Sorry.
Yeah, Julius, I want to partly agree with Matthias, but I don't want to totally agree that Senator Johnson does not have that power in Nimba. But what has happened is that Nimbaians do not want to create unnecessary by-election. Honorable Koga is already a sitting representative. The government has a lot of things to cater to with the expectation of Liberians being so high. So to allow government to continually spend in by-election, I don't think Nigerians want to be the one creating those unnecessary
You think that's a factor that led to the results?
Definitely, that's one factor. That's
Okay,
what
that's
I
one
think.
factor.
But we can still uproot the strength of Senator Johnson. And I know he and Honorable Poon, the Vice President, will still continue to be in good rapport because there is a future for 2029. So I saw you cannot uproot that strength from Prince Johnson because he controls the vast majority of the people from Nima, especially from the Geo Belt. Thank you for a 40-minute time this morning.
All right, that go Lawan. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir. What's your name?
Yeah, I'm Jackson. I'm calling from supermarket on the Ghana smaller job.
Let's hear you, Dixie.
Okay, now I hear people talking say, "Oh, no, Johnson now has a weekend in Nima." Let me tell you this. I'm from Nima, and honestly, Nima pretty well. The support of Sir Johnson to Koga is based on the current government reactions to the establishment of the War Crime Court. And not only that, Sir Johnson has the vast majority when it comes to his popularity in Nima. So at this case right now, even if Sir Johnson loses this election, Sir Johnson still have the support in Nima when it comes to Nima politics. Even Chemapu is a vice president. He was choosing Johnson. He goes to that position. He was choosing Johnson. He stood against other men in Nima. He battles DC. So when it comes to Nima politics, people should be talking because they're not in Nima. For me, I've been in Nima, and I understand Johnson very well. Johnson has not lost any part of Nima.
Okay. Thank you very much. Line 2, good morning.
Good morning.
Lorenzo Kemeya, let's hear you.
Not bad. I think what is happening in a political dispensation in Nima about Prince Johnson, wherever Prince Johnson had been a savior at that time, it is this time now that he should welcome the war and economic unity party. So when they talk about war and economic stuff, so Prince Johnson was taken all
the senator did not support the senator did not
he should
support
have the lawyers. The United Nations War and Economic Council is not in the business of executing to have someone to execute a common person. I think you go there to explain your case, how you got involved with the war. But Prince Johnson was taken. It's just about all of this is camera with him. I think the two of Nima are explaining that some people have broken legs, broken bodies. They need compensation. Prince Johnson getting started now. Those people who have broken legs, broken bodies in Nima will need compensation. And the war economic council is needed. Thank you.
All right. Matthias, the lines are hot. Well, you know, and we're going to see, but
you know, Julius, I you know, sometimes it's good to clarify. You know, I didn't say at any point in time in my analysis that Senator Johnson's power has ended or has dwindled. I said it's dwindling.
So you mean going down small?
Small. It's dwindling. All right. So thing going down small. That's why I said.
All right. So let's talk to Diwa. Diwa, good morning.
Good morning, my sons.
Yes,
Good morning, Matthias.
Good morning, man.
I agree with you 100%. I agree with you. Things must change around. Even though we are saying Prince Johnson is a godfather, hey man, things have to change. If I were eating from my grandfather and I can put money in my own pocket and I can do things around, I think I must do it for myself. So let us stop making Prince Johnson the king, the everything in this world. Okay. Time for everything. When that time comes, it has to end. Mm-hmm. So if time coming for it to end, let you have the strength and then you have the courage. Because things have to end. Maybe we're not ending his way, but we're ending the people's way. I don't care. Some people, they're still supporting him because they're playing deceit. But they know very well that they're tired of Prince Johnson. Let him be the, how you call it, born naked. Anytime when this thing come out here, Jeto, Prince Johnson's and time it comes in this country, he's willing to go there. Like you feel sorry for them. You can even go place to place. Papa, we know you play your part. People say you fought for 9 years. We agree. But at 9 years, plenty things happen. Thank you, Matthias. Thank you, Julius. You have a blessed day.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, Maladiwa. Thank you very much. Let's go to this line. Good morning. Okay, nobody's there. So this one is here. Good morning. Good morning. Are you there?
Hello?
Yeah, good morning. We're listening to you.
Good morning, Julius.
Yeah, good morning.
My name is Joseph Demi. I call you from Mambasa.
Joseph, let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm on the buying. For me, any sound minded man that Prince Johnson would not support anybody that wish or anyone that wishes to take him to a slaughterhouse. And I feel that Prince Johnson didn't support the Unity Party government because they decided to take him to a slaughterhouse. Howbeit, this election in Nimba is a real political election. Even though elections are political, but this one is a very strong political election. You know, the power in Nimba should be balanced. For me, I have the mindset that Nimba politics should be balanced between two tribes, if not two other tribes. And Nyantoye coming in as a senator is accepted, is acceptable, and we're all happy. For me, I didn't go to Nimba, but I really, really appreciate what the Nimbayans did. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. So we got 30 minutes to wrap it up this morning. Yeah, the WhatsApp number is +231 777 221 223. Those of you who are requesting a WhatsApp number, it's already there. You can see a spin. You can see a display on the screen. So I don't know why you still asking for a WhatsApp number. The WhatsApp number is there. +231 777 221 223. Let's go to line 2. Good morning.
Good morning, brother Boki.
Hey,
David
Harris. Let's hear you, brother.
Julius, on the issue of Nimba politics, first of all, let me say hats off to the people of Grand Jigar County and Nimba County respectively for conducting yourself peacefully in these elections. But you know why I was there, Julius? I think the people of Nimba have decided to go all out and vote their conscience. I think the issue of Godfather did not play in these elections. So the people have decided, since two of them are our sons, let us go all out and select who we want to be our senator. I think that is what the people did, and they go all out to vote.
Okay.
But for me, I want to believe that Mr. Twain will become a victorious in that election. Thank you, Julia, for your platform.
All right. Thank you very much, David Harris. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Julius.
Good morning. Good morning, sir. What's your name?
Yeah, this is Mr. Bola, speaking from New Macadam this morning.
Mr. Bola, let's hear you.
No, the election that went on, or is still going on, is not an election that will affect Prince Johnson.
Why?
Nimba will never forget about Prince Johnson and their godfather. Prince Johnson delivered Nimba. And he always told the Liberian people, he said, my getting involved in the war was to come and liberate my people. How do I went and slaughter in the civilians that side? And he was in Monrovia, he ran away when he was in the army. In the Hademir Cross went to Africa Coast. Now the walking, he participated. So Nimba will never forget about Prince Johnson. Whether we say that, we say, oh.
No, we aren't talking about forgetting about Prince Johnson. Our point that political power, that he commands.
Yeah, the political power that we are talking about still. With the political power tomorrow, you carry a different thing there. I'm not going to persuade Nimba. Nimba is a cultural star.
But if you look at the political power now, Prince Johnson supported one candidate before in the by-election in Nimba. That candidate was defeated. And now the by-election that is coming, he's not supporting Yan Twine. He put a weight behind Samuel Koga. But look at the provisional results. Yan Twine is far ahead of Samuel Koga. 19,000 to 3,000. Are we not going to see political power shifting the other side?
Young man, he can do anything to the old man. The old man can still sit down and gather his people together. Nothing that worries him. Let me tell you now. That their father, whether they go up, they come down, when that man talk, they talk, Nimba talk. I'm telling you, I don't know.
Okay.
Nimba is a cultural star, just like Lofa. And how the children wanted to separate us, Thomas Faraday. They wanted to separate Lofa. Why we show today? Let's drop all those things and hold ourselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, peace and reconciliation is being important. That's why when I saw some seditions getting angry, what I had to go to Francis Yumalin, when he was being put in the office, Matthias, seditions were vexed. Seditions said, Tomafala betrayed seditions. Francis Yumalin was the one that made some statement in Lofa County, and now because he Minister of Internal Affairs, now going to take office, and Tomafala going there to honor the program, and in fact, made a speech there. So, I mean, are we not talking about peace and reconciliation in this country? Let's go to the line and talk to this caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Judas.
Good morning, sir.
How you doing?
We are better.
Okay, my name is Amara Kuna from Brookville. Yeah, let me say something. I don't think Senator Johnson, some level of his influence in Nima will pass into dwindle. But I mean, bit by bit, it will go down as more Nima begin.
Matthias said dwindling.
Yes, so as more Nimadians are being enlightened, you find Prince Johnson popularity will not be at the pace it is now, because you have many young Nimadians who are supporting Jan Twain and they show their support in their vote. So as many ways that Nimadians will be enlightened, Senator Johnson influence will not be that much the way it is now. I think you saw his election in Lofa County in 2003. Although President Parker is he's known as the godfather of the area, he wasn't able to accumulate 90% because Tomafala went there and convinced some people. So you find that people becoming like.
So is it that are you insinuating that the old people are fading away gradually, the younger ones are coming to take over?
Yeah, the old people will always have a stake in this, or we always have a say among the population, but it will not be at the peak it used to be before, because the old people have majority of their supporters in their age group. And so as these people will not always be around. I think you get agreement on that. So that as the young people begin more enlightened and educated, you will not find some of their influence being as a pace it is now. So that's why this election in Nima County is not going President Johnson or Senator Johnson way, because the person who you want to support, the person is not winning, which is Samuel Kuga.
Okay.
As you said, the margin is very, very wide.
Okay.
So
thank you.
You will find influence will not be at the pace it used to be the 2005 and 2011. Thank you.
Thank you. Matthias, this guy says something, and I want to talk about it. Talking about young people taking over. You made mention of Lofa County. President Joseph Numa Boakai is a godfather of Lofa, right? And then all along, elections in Lofa was won by the Unity Party because of the influence of President Boakai. Massive win. But the presence of Tomafala, you remember that Tomafala was running in the district, you're in the district, I think number 5, right? Conservative County. But when he decided to go to Lofa County, the whole thing changed. The elections for JMB in Lofa was, to get numbers that was not easy for him. Are we seeing the old people fading away, and the younger ones now are taking the helm of power?
What I notice about intellectualism or intellectual engagement, mostly with us here, is that somebody don't want to come and agree definitively. They want to find a way to say theirs in a way that it should a bit appear different from what you've said. But if you look at what they're saying, it's exactly what you have said.
Yeah.
All right. So all the analogies that people are giving about Lofa County, young people taking over, didn't I mention that JKK is the new face, or is gradually becoming a new face of Nima County? Of course, he's a young man. I don't think he's 60 years yet. No, he should be, somewhere around 50 thereabout. Okay, he's a young man, and the brothers are right. Well, Michael Doe Tipper-Singh from Doe community introduced. I think he went for a conference in Nigeria, and he returned. He started, moving with this saying, "Not too young to lead, not too young to lead." Today, a lot of people have taken cue from that. A lot of folks will say it. We're not too young to lead. We are not too young to lead.
JKK is about 46 years old.
Julius, let me tell you something. It is good that you keep them old mat around.
Yeah.
But to consistently keep sleeping on the old mat, you will get chin on your skin, you may get rash, and so on. Use the old one, plait the new one, sleep on a new mat, and you wake up healthy. Because the essence of the old mat is for you to sit on it and plait the new one.
Yeah.
When the new one is plated, the next thing you want to do, you don't want to go and take the old mat that you put on the ground directly to plait the new one. So you sleep on the new one. The point I'm making is, while we love the presence of the old people around, it is good for the young people, the young brains, to be given an opportunity to lead the transformation of this country. So like you said, I want to, just correct something you said about seditions. I said some. Let me mention that some seditions. Some of them.
Yeah.
Get angry with Thomas Fala?
You got angry with him.
Do you guys understand?
Why did you go to attend Francis Newman Lane, induction ceremony?
Mostly the people that personalize politics in Liberia are the followers. The leaders, they know themselves. They know how they meet. They know where they meet. They know how to discuss. Talking about leaders, do you guys understand tradition as compared to Thomas Fala?
When I heard that, you know what went on? I said, look, people don't love our tradition.
I was about to say something the other day. I think it slipped from my mind. There's this guy from District Number 9, Foko. Julius. There was a press conference called the other time. I think Yeke Kodoba spoke there, and so Foko spoke there, and some other guys. It was relayed here. That guy took 10 minutes speaking Kisi.
Foko.
I admire that thing of that guy so much that imagine I am not as fluent as that guy is. I feel jealous that despite the education he has acquired, he stayed here long enough. He's a representative. He has rubbed shoulders with a lot of great people than some of us have ever done. He spoke Kisi so fluently. The address was directly to Joseph Boakai. When you have
who is his uncle?
His uncle. He was polite in his message, but that message was powerful. The CDC in 2029 might be a different CDC. These guys will use their sons and daughters in the party to go and engage various counties and various communities, and they will speak in their vernaculars. Foko has introduced that. The point I'm making is, if that guy had not developed or nurtured traditional values in himself, he wouldn't have chosen his words wisely in addressing Joseph Boakai. The person that is sleeping is Yeke. Yeke is the trouble child in the country. Every group, he benefits from every group benefits from his arrogance, and every group somehow feels sad when his arrogance is affecting them. But the point is, I see no reason why people will get angry when people try to go to reconcile. All right? Even this war crimes court we're talking about today.
There'll be a conciliation. There will be.
I'm very sure the knowledgeable judges that will come and sit over there, there are certain cases that they will look at. They'll say that this guy does not deserve to go to jail.
Yeah, reconcile.
He should just go back to the community and apologize to the people. And yes, some of these cases might be there. We'll be around here. We'll live long enough to see these things happening. So yes, my brother, I agree with what you've said. Young people are gradually leading the charge. How many of you ever thought that one day you will wake up and hear T-Max announcing a successor? How many of you ever dreamt of that? He did this thing for more than 20 years now. I'm very sure. More than 20 years there. I'm telling you. You ever thought that one day T-Max will wake up and say, you know what? I'm tired. Okay?
I'm gradually leaving the
scene. Here is my new
Sometimes you call me in your office, Julius. They will look at things now. Will come and leave you in charge. Did you expect that to happen?
This is generational change, and I don't take you from what somebody said the other time, that generational envy. I believe in generational change, generational envy. Julius, let me give you my personal experience the other time. I'm not going to mention this guy. A Liberian journalist met me somewhere. He was very disrespectful, but I told him something that I'm very sure it resonated with him, because after a few days he called me to apologize. The guy said, "Are you still carrying a microphone? You ready still doing straight journalism in Liberia, my man? You're that poor." I'm like, really? What do you mean by if I do straight journalism or that poor? Do you know the
why you call straight journalism?
Straight journalism is independent journalism now. So those that have deviated and are doing other things,
and getting rich,
they're driving fancy cars and things. So they feel that some of us who have decided to stay on this line, we are fools. So when he said it, I said, look, bro, I didn't expect this kind of conversation. He said, no, but seriously, man, I mean, you smart, man, this and that and thing. That was during the WEAS administration because they were using journalists to recruit other journalists.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, bro, I mean, I know you long enough. I mean, you and I, we cool, right? I mean, I didn't expect this kind of disrespect from you. He said, man, wait, man, you big boy, you should be driving your own car. You see my car park.
Somebody told me I didn't before me.
So you know what I told him? I asked him a question. You know, these guys, some of them, they talk, they don't think. And that's why thinking is difficult. That's why most people judge. I asked the guy, what's the model of car you're using? He said Toyota Corolla, I think 20 something. I said, you lie. That should be somewhere in about 1970 something model car you're using. But you know the reason why I asked the question? Why your car may be depreciating. What if I introduce Range Rover 2025 while we are staying in 2024?
You condemn yourself.
So sometimes when God gives you grace, don't use grace to disgrace others.
But anyway, let me go to the page and review. Come on, wrap it up quickly.
What is it?
My man, my son be immediately the same way. Somebody maybe when you buy your car, say, man, I get a car. Say, you do, man. What think if you do sky thing, I get a car? Brother, you know, I just kept quiet, just walk away. I say, oh, for me, sometimes I don't respond to them.
It's okay, buddy.
The guy, if I know what, here's the word the guy used. You know, you drove to come. So I say, what you call I drove to come? I get a car. I said, I get a car. I said, my man, no, man. That sky thing, you don't get a car. I just look at him and laugh. I said, let me get him. You know, Razak Khan say, I'm following from Bapolu. Is that following as a Bapolu proud song in Morovia? Good morning to everyone. Tanu Bangbala said, good morning. Could you please reduce? Okay, I did that already. He said, thanks. It's okay now, okay. Muya Sharif said, good morning. I'm following from district number 9, Cinco this morning. Thanks for following. That's my district. Black Damo said, but Matthias is not compulsory for the government to win cases at all times. Don't really see this as an issue. After we blaster the man making back. Double Helena Besas Jala said, good morning, guys. And Black Damo come by and say, my man, when two persons go to the court, one person must come out victorious. The government won other.
That guy just left fighting.
Then he laugh. He said, but you, he said, you know, I am a mayor of no party. Then he comes by and said, my point is most journalists are only reporting the cases that went against the government and not talking about the ones that went against government favor. Okay. Then I said, did Wisin Tape and others win the government? We talk about Wisin Tape too. We say he lost the case, so we talk about that. You know, so anyway, let's leave it there. Time is not in our favor, Matthias. Monday.
Right. We'll be here again with another fascinating edition of the program, Sky Morning Live. Have yourselves a wonderful day.
But don't forget, the country meet comes on Saturday and Sunday. Sunday, our Lofa will be playing. Our Lofa. Have yourselves a wonderful time.
When the lion in the town, they must shepherd dog and tend to go. When the lion in the town, they must shepherd dog and tend to go.